and it's a little gadget to play with anyway. So, okay, Dave, I know you want to sit on the side there and rest your voice there, mate. So I'll say good morning to Derek. M0WOB CT7BNL.
Yeah, I've got your live stream now, Dudley.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Yeah, glad it's working. Cheers.
CT7BNL, M0WP, good morning, Lee, good signal as usual. 4C here at the moment, same temperature as you, but it's not raining, it's quite dry at the moment. Back to you then, Lee, CT7BNL, M0WB.
From CT7BNL, yeah, all noted there, Derek, and good signal. So I'm going to give true meter reports at the moment because I got it on the live stream as well, so I can't lie. So you're an S7. I got 1 amp kicked in, and I think I said before, Yasu kind of say this S meter is correct when you got 1 amp kicked in. So it should be reading true. But yeah, it sounded good, and yeah, S7, S9. On the meter, and happy birthday to, I think you said it was Milo's birthday. I was a little bit late on parade this morning, that the time was clicking on by quickly. I wanted to grab a quick coffee before I switched the radio on, otherwise my throat tends to get a bit dry as well. So I was a little bit late on parade. I literally hit the SDR there in Weston-super-Mare, as Dave said, good morning to Lee. So that was perfect timing for you there, Dave. And once I remember, good morning to Rob there. And trust you're well as well. So, yeah, that's about it from me, I think. So, back round to you there, Derek. M0WRB, CT7BNL.
CT7BNL, M0WRB. Yeah, Milo was out yesterday, 8 years old. Been a good dog, actually. He's really, really good. When he wants to cuddle, he'll come to you. He's not one of those that you can cuddle all the time. Not like Willow. Willow was on top of you all the time, but Milo, yeah, he'll come for his cuddle. And he has some treats yesterday as well. We ain't been out for a walk for a couple of days because I've been feeling under the weather that much. But we're trying to start in for at least 20 minutes, at least anyway, force yourself out. Did you get your cat sprayed on your call sign? Bloody noisy lurchers. I thought that was quite funny, actually. Richard said bloody noisy Labradors. I prefer the word lurchers anyway, Lee. Although it's been a fun at the time anyway, but there we go. Yeah, we've all got strokes up here. No, I haven't been kissing Dave. We have getting quite close, Dave, haven't we? But I've been kissing Dave. I think there's a lot about Lee, I have to say. It's one of those just because things. I think I saw the back of it now. It's still there, but it's not so bad as what it was anyway. So that's no big thing. I haven't seen your street. Let's go and have a look. Get a bit busy in the shack sometimes. I just had to clean a little bit up actually. I've been working the shack for on my power set. I'm getting on with that. I hadn't done nothing for a couple of days, so I took half an hour this morning to decide to take all the rubbish off the bench. Back to you then, Dave. CT7BNL, M0WB.
M0WOB from CT7BNL, yeah, all noted there, Derek. QSB just caught you a little bit, but still all readable there. And, of course, we don't know what her puppies are going to look like. We don't know who the father is because she was a stray when we took her on. And we were hoping that she had had her puppies and we'd only taken on 1 dog. But, of course, after we went to the vets here in Portugal, and we had her x-rayed. We were glad to, well, one was a good thing, I suppose. She had the puppies, they were coming, there were 5, and also to be told that she'd been shot, and she's still got the shot in the back of her, poor little thing. So when the puppies are all sorted and she's back to normal, we're going to take her down to the vets and get her done, as they say, so she can't have any more, and at the same time they remove the shot. They don't think it's doing any problems to her, and her skin hasn't gone red or anything like that, but you think, oh, how bloody awful that, you know, a little tiny dog like that, she's cute and she's so well behaved and somebody shot her. So yeah, not so good, not so good. But they're all doing well here, they're absolutely fantastic. She's such a good mum. She's starting to leave them a little bit more now, so she makes sure they have a good feed, and then she kind of says, well, I've had enough of you now, I'm going to go in my other bed that we put here that she can have a bit of a quiet nap in. So she goes off into that bed and has a sleep for half an hour, and then she pops back in and feeds them again. So she's looking after them, but she's giving herself a bit of a break, and I can't blame her really. They definitely do tug her around a little bit when when they're after that milk there, Derek. M0WRB CT7BNL.
CT7BNL. We're also pretty happy. Nice to speak to you this morning. I sat Richard's about somewhere. Well, we know Paul's there anyway. Have a good week, and we'll speak to you all again next week. I hope that all our folks are calling next week. CT7BNL M0WB.
Yeah, it's only through to there, Derek. And yeah, you have a good week as well there, mate. And I hope you got that little dog there a birthday cake or a bit of steak or something to cook up. I know they love that, don't they? We're trying not to make that mistake with these dogs. We fed our other dogs too much human food, and I don't think it did them a lot of good. And it's definitely expensive doing it that way. So we're trying to keep the proper dog food with this one. So I know it's going to change. We're going to end up getting a steak and what have you. But it's the way we are, isn't it? 73 said, Derek, mate, thanks for coming up the frequency, and all going well. Talk to you next Sunday. So good morning to you there, Paul. And trust you well there, Paul. M0IEK, CT7BNL.
BBT. CT7BNL, this is M0IEK. Good morning, Lee. Your phone signal received this morning, 59 plus 10 at least. Very good audio. And the weather here is a bit drizzly, and it was 2 degrees C when I went out this morning, so miserable, dark, and cold. Back to you, CT7BNL, this is M0IEK.
M0IEK, CT7BNL, and good morning to you there, Richard, as well. All noted there that you're on the side. And yeah, I think we all got similar weather, haven't we, at the moment? I just spoke to my mum on the phone this morning, and I think you got very similar weather to what we have here. Although, as I said earlier, I think the rain's coming in this afternoon, and then we got it all week, which isn't going to be any fun, is it? But yesterday evening was the first time we left Bella here with her pups, just for a couple of hours. We got invited to our local Indian restaurant. We do miss food like that. We've got no Chinese over here, and there's no delivery here anyway, so that's out of the question. And there's nothing Chinesey around here, and I do like a good Chinese as well. But we are very lucky. We do have relatively close to us an Indian stroke Italian restaurant. It's a bit weird, the two things put together, isn't it? But lovely food there, so we met a few friends there. Just stayed for a couple of hours and then came back to the house, and little Bella and the puppies were quite happy being sound asleep. So no harm done there. So it's nice to know we can just get out for a few hours anyway. M0IEK, CT7BNL.
CT7BNL, this is M0IEK. Oh, that sounds good, Lee. Sounds like you're settling in well there. I must admit, we don't often have takeaways or things like that here, but we do have quite a good Indian takeaway in Marcos, and really good value. And usually, if you do buy quite a trip for a couple of you, you usually get at least 4 meals. That's about it I can think of. I know you've got Richard waiting on the side. I'd appreciate signal report, Lee. And also 72. Back to you, CT7BNL, this is M0IEK.
M0IEK, CT7BNL. Yeah, sorry there, Paul. Yeah, you're 5 and 5 at the moment with QSB on your signal, but completely readable. And if you're not able to listen to the live stream that's going at the moment, there should be a recording of it as well. So if it's not there straight away, I'll make sure I upload it later. And you can actually see that I've got the camera at the moment pointing to the monitor, which is showing the display of the radio. And it's, as I said before, it's the world's oldest webcam. And if anybody's looking there, see me just focus it. It's a webcam that's got a manual focus lens on it. It's that old. And I'm sure it drifts as well, unless I'm moving the boom that it's on. But I must get a better webcam if I'm going to start to do this. because it's absolutely atrocious, this thing. I think it cost about £5, and that was about 6 years ago. So you can imagine the quality of the device. It isn't that great. 73 to there, Paul. Thanks for coming up to 18112. It's always nice to chat to everybody and see what's happening back at the old home location, roughly. All the best to there, mate, and good morning to you there, Richard, G7PBT, CT7BNL.
Very good morning, Lee. I just got home now, and just unpacked all the shopping, so very good morning to you and to Paul and to Derek there. I think I heard Derek as well when I come in, so very good morning, everyone. Hope they can hear me. Yeah, quiet here actually. Yeah, horrible weather this morning, cold, damp, and wet. You know, horrible weather. But yeah, stay inside days now, I think it is. Although I have got to go out, I will be out again in a minute, but there we go, never mind anyway. Yeah, lovely to hear you all this morning, Lee. You're 5 and 9 plus here as usual. CT7BNL, yeah, enjoyed your webcam there. CT7BNL, G7PBT.
G7PBT from CT7BNL. Yeah, all noted there, Richard. You're an S9, but you have peaked plus 10. So a good strong signal from you, and that cracking audio was as normal. And yeah, everything good here. I think the YouTube thing's working okay. I need to get a second monitor fixed up to this computer. You have to have so many windows open, because I've got my logging software, open as well. But I need the streaming software open as well to do the YouTube bit. So I could do with 2 monitors, possibly 3, because I need one for the output of the radio as well. So it's starting to get complicated here. And my grey brain matter, can't handle it all the time. There's too many things to look at. And let alone trying to look if the amplifier is happy and what have you. But it's all good fun, isn't it? And yeah, I've seen your comment there, and it's the way the internet's connected, isn't it? I think because I don't know why or quite what's happened, or you commented something on Facebook. It then said, you know, do you know Richard? And it came up, and that's a beautiful bike you got there, Richard. Have you still got it? Looks absolutely super, that does, from CT7BNL.
Yeah, still got it. Yeah, that's my main ride-around bike, Lee. I've had it now, what's it, 20... Maybe 22 years, well, 21 years old at the moment. But it's 22nd birthday's in July there, so yeah, I've had it from new, and yeah, really enjoy riding it. Although it is getting a little bit with me bad knee and that, it's a bit not too bad when you're riding it, but you know, it's getting a bit heavy now to move around with a bad knee there. Hopefully I can get this knee done, and hopefully as well I get enough bend in my knee to be able to ride it again there. I should be absolutely devastated if I can't ride the damn thing anymore. So yeah, but yeah, my bike, yeah, I've had that like from new. Yeah, I've got another couple as well here, an old FZ 400, 84, 85. That's coming up to 40 years old now. So, and an XS 650. Well, that's 1976. So he's a little bit older, HI. So yeah, back to you then, Lee. CT7BNL, G7PBT. Motorcycling's in the blood.
From CT7BNL. Yeah, I know what you mean. I said I would never have a motorbike over here, but I did get, I think it's a Honda NTV, and I think that's a 650 twin here. So it's no fast machine, but it chugs along quite happily. And yeah, but it's a weird seating position. I mean, I used to be a motorcycle instructor back in Yeovil, or back in the day, back in the early 2000s it was. And I've ridden, I don't know how many bikes, nearly every one I expect, because all the people used to come in, you know, they used to say, oh, sorry, on my bike, will you have a go on it? But this NTV, blimey, you sit on it, and where the pegs are, I mean, my knees are nearly hitting my chin. And don't say which chin. That's what the wife would say anyway. But it's a really weird sitting position, and I've Googled it, and a lot of people said you can take the foot pegs off of other bikes and fit onto it just to make it more comfy, but I don't know who designed the riding position of it. It's kind of comfortable, it just seems a bit weird that your knees are kind of like so high up, you know, they're nearly up to your chest, you know, it's very weird position. But it's a nice bike, it's shaft driven, so, you know, no messing around with the chains, it's pretty quiet, and it's a good chug-old machine. I think it's probably about 20 years old, I'm not quite sure, but if I fancy a quick spin, we've got some lovely open roads here, and you know, I just go down to the next town or something like that, grab a coffee or something like that and ride back. It's just a, you know, a nice thing to do. But I haven't started it up in a couple of weeks, so I must take it out for a spin again. So back round to you. I'll make this my final with you, Richard, if that's okay, and I'll give a few call-outs if there's anybody else there. And as always, there's always plenty here to do on a Sunday morning. From CT7BNL.
Yeah, okay, the picture I got up on my Facebook there is quite an old picture of it, actually. And it does look very, very pretty, I must admit that. And that was because I put an R1 rear end in it. So it's a monoshock rear end that I have in it. Well, I had it in it, and yeah, it was marvelous. And anyway, I had a problem with it. Anyway, so I put it back to twin shock now, so it doesn't look like that anymore. But to look at it, it absolutely looked as though it was, you know, it was made that way, if you see what I mean. It was really, really, it looked really, really pretty. And, yeah, really proud of how it all turned out, you know, when I done it. It was only done in a shed, you know, with the usual tools, you know, hacksaw and a grinder, and a file, and one thing and another. Obviously had a welder. But yeah, you know, I've still got the whole rear end of it here, so it could go back in if I wished. But I just gone back to the old twin shock now. Anyway, 7-3 to you there, Lee, and thanks very much for having a chat this morning. Look forward to hearing you again next Sunday. Hopefully, one day I'll get back here and get on the 80-meter net there. 7-3 then, Lee. CT7BNL, G7PBT.
G7PBT, CT7BNL. Yeah, okay there, Richard, all noted. And you were a brave man to do that, weren't you? I don't think I'd undertake such a task anyway. I have changed head bearings in motorcycles and all that, and had bits of rope hanging from the garage beams to hold the front up. But to start to cut things around and re-welding, you're braver than I am. My bike here is a single arm on the back, and it looks really strange when you look at the back wheel and it's only held on one side. It kind of looks unnerving, but it's lasted 20 years. It must be okay. 73 there, Richard. Thanks for coming up to the frequency, and as you say, hope we'll all meet up again next Sunday. Cheers for now from CT7BNL.
Yeah, cheers, Lee. 7-3.
This is CT7BNL listening for another call.
G0LQI.
G0LQI. Mike, good morning to you, and trust you well from CT7BNL.
Yeah, CT7BNL, G0LQI. Yeah, good morning, Lee. I thought I'd just call in and say hello. I've been reading the mail, so yeah, congratulations on the new arrivals. They're behaving themselves. I had a quick look at, I was also hearing about the YouTube channel, so I had a quick look on there, but it was quite a delay on it, so I guess it was when you first started off this morning, but anyway, maybe I'll have a look later, but yeah, nice to do that. And yeah, it's well, you've been told about the weather. It's a bit of a sort of an anonymous day. No sun, no rain, no wind, and not terribly warm, about 5 degrees. That's right. Back to you, Lee. CT7BNL G0LQI.
G0LQI from CT7BNL. Yes, all noted there, Mike. And you're a good signal as well, 5 and 7. And I can't lie, can I? Because it's being streamed at the moment. So hopefully I said it correctly. And yeah, everything's all good here with the little pups and what have you. We found out that they like a heated blanket. It's not actually an electric blanket as such. My wife Lisa's found like it's a throw that you put over your legs, but it does warm with electricity. So it's just like a warm blanket, and the pups like that. And we wish we had found that or sussed it out a few days ago, because when mother leaves the birthing area, they squeal like hell, and it can be 3 o'clock in the morning. They squeal like hell. I think they're cold. That's what it is. But now they found this little warm blanket, the mother can get out and come into the bedroom with us and sleep in her bed, and the pups are quite happy that they're sitting on a warm blanket. So we get a peace and quiet. And in fact, last night was the first night that me and Lisa slept all the way through, and we didn't get woken up in the night by these high-pitched squeals. And it's no wonder that the mother can hear it. I think you'd hear it from miles away. It's like a puppy's being strangled or something. They really know how to get her attention, that's for sure. And yeah, I'm not sure how long it is taking or what the delay is on the streaming. I kind of copied somebody else's settings, and the man from DX Commander has been very kind in putting his settings on that he uses for streaming. But I think there's a lot of processing has to be done at this end in the PC. Obviously, it takes the video, I think, and the audio and compresses it and then uploads it. And we got good fiber connection here, so I don't think it's the connection that's doing it. But then I think YouTube has to process it again and then upload it. So yeah, I'm not surprised there's a bit of a delay in there. So it may be better, if you want to listen to it. The recording later on. G0LQI, CT7BNL.
Yes, Lee, far from that. CT7BNL, G0LQI. Yeah, okay, Lee, yeah, well, fine, yeah. Well, I only had a very quick look at it, and I probably did something wrong. It just seemed to start with you saying hello to Dave, which I guess you did around about 5:30. But anyway, no worries. I'll maybe have a look at it later. Yeah, quite interesting that. And you're up to 20 over 9, by the way. 20 over 9. So, yeah, your usual very strong signal. And no doubt lots of people waiting to call you, so I won't hold it too long. But anyway, great to hear you on. I did have a listen to the lads on 80, but direct, I was struggling a bit. Conditions didn't seem too brilliant, so I decided to just, I think the trouble is if I call in and I can't hear anybody, it's a little bit pointless, really. So I thought I'd give you a call anyway. And if any of the Yeovil crew are still listening, then my best regards to them. So back to you, Lee. CT7BNL G0LQI.
G0LQI from CT7BNL, and I think Dave shouted out maybe what the delay was. I'm not sure. I think you might be listening to it as it's saving. So you started off at the beginning, but I think you can listen to it live. And I'm not sure. Like I said, I think Dave might have shouted in to say the delay. So we'll take it back to Dave in a minute. But yeah, okay then, Mike. Yeah, 73.2. Have a good Sunday. And as we all say, all going well, we hope to catch up again next Sunday. So cheers for now there, Mike, and thanks for calling in. G0LQI, CT7BNL.
Yep, okay, Lee, 7-3, and yeah, maybe catch you next Sunday as well. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, all the best to you. And Dave, did you shout in something about the stream? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right, Lee. Yes, for at least half a minute. It's all working. Crystal clear. Sounds fantastic, Lee.
Oh, thanks very much for that, Dave. Like I say, I think there is quite a lot of delay with just processing of everything. I know the guy, W2RD, I think it is, that does all the maths and that over in America. He used to stream his stuff a lot, and I noticed, I thought, oh, I want to listen to my audio to see what it sounded like coming across, and it was really hard to find it, because even though you kind of got a time stamp on there, you know, it was completely different. But I think the live stream is okay, but maybe listening to the recording might be slightly better there, Dave. But thanks for that anyway. I know this mic sounds a bit boomy, and I think the reason for that being is I'm streaming the monitor on the radio. It was the only way I could find out of doing it. And I think what's happening is, although it doesn't sound this bassy on air, it does on the streaming. And I think because when it goes on air, of course, it goes through the TX bandpass filter then, which then tightens it up. Because I think mine sets at 200 hertz. So anything below 200, it kicks out and then transmits it. But I think the monitor option of the radio doesn't do that. So it gives you the full frequency response of the microphone, and I think it sounds a bit boomy anyway, Dave. So I don't know if you can say about that. G4SMD, CT7BNL.
Well, it certainly sounds fine to me, Lee. I haven't noticed any obvious discrepancies, and it's great seeing your waterfall display as well, so you can see your actual bandwidth, and yeah, it's all working great. So thanks very much for doing that. And we've got the option of watching the recording as well. Great stuff, Lee. Thanks very much indeed for being there. I'm going to go and grab yourself a cup of coffee now. So I'll let you carry on, Lee. And many, many thanks. CT7BNL, G4SMD.
Yeah, it sounds through there, Dave, and you picked up to +10 then. So, yeah, cracking signal. And thanks for all the info on the streaming and all that. It's one thing I didn't really want to get into, but I know a lot of people maybe can't make it on a Sunday morning and maybe just be interested in listening to, and it hasn't cost me anything, and I've got plenty of time to mess around with software, so there we go. All the best to you there, Dave, mate. Look after yourself, and speak to you next Sunday. So all the best. Cheers. I'll give another call out. CT7BNL, listening for another call.
Double ED.
Sugar, Bravo. Sugar.
Okay, double ED, we got there. Look down my list here, because I'm rubbish with names. Good morning to you there, Nigel. Trust you well. G6EED, CT7BNL.
Yep, good morning to you there, Lee. Yeah, cracking signal as usual. Not quite as strong as last week. Not quite as strong as last week with me, but you're still hitting 10 over 9. I think you were up to 30 over last week, but not so strong. Not very nice here this morning. Probably the same results we've been getting from other people from this area, weather-wise. It's about 5 degrees, very overcast. The wind has died down a bit now from what it was, but very, very dull and miserable. I suppose it's to be expected for the time of year. Anyway, okay, yeah, I've been listening to what you've been saying about the puppies and this, that, and the other. We've got they're all going on okay there. And you're going on okay as well there, Lee. Yeah, I've got a lot to really to say. I thought I'd just quickly call in. Yeah, I looked at the recording from last week there, Lee. Yeah, that worked very well. Worked very well. Quite pleased to hear myself coming back. And I don't know if Bob is around. I think Bob was going to have a listen this morning. He may call in. M0VBD, that is. Right, okay. So with that, I'll put it back to you, see if you got what you got, but I won't hold you. G6EED.
G6EED from CT7BNL. Yeah, all noted there, Nigel. And you're peaking S7, little QSB on your signal, but completely readable there, Nigel. And yeah, as I said, this YouTube thing is very, very new to me. My webcam, I think, was actually on the front of the Ark when Noah had it, and he used it for guidance, I think. I must try to go down. Luckily, we got 2 computer shops in our little town here, so I must venture down there and maybe purchase something a little bit more modern. I was surprised in this one did colour, actually. I thought it might just be black and white, and the size of it, you know, it may even have valves in it, so it's probably got one of those easily accessible valve to USB adapter, HI. So I do rattle on about it, but it does work, I suppose. So I shouldn't moan too much. It's going to go bang now, isn't it, now I've said that. So, yeah, thanks for calling in there, Nigel. There's a few more other stations there. But have a good Sunday there, and speak to you next week. G6EED, CT7BNL.
Yeah, okay there, Lee. Okay there, yeah, good. Well, it's not working too bad, is it, that camera? I couldn't see nothing wrong with it at all, so I shouldn't worry too much about it, unless you really want to go a little bit higher up, if you know what I mean. Anyway, oh yeah, and good morning to Mike there. If you're still listening there, Mike. I could hear you. I could just hear what you were saying. You've been the only one this morning apart from Lee. That's LQI, that is. Anyway, all the best to you then, Lee. Catch you again, maybe next week. G6EED.
Yeah, as you said, Nigel, all the best to you. This is CT7BNL. Listen for another call.
Sierra Bravo 7 Sierra.
The station ended in Sierra. Go ahead.
Sierra Bravo 7 Sierra. Sugar Bravo 7 Sugar.
Sierra Bravo 7 Bravo Sugar. I hope I've got that correct anyway. And you're 5 and 9 at the moment in Central Portugal. The name here is Lee, Lima Echo Echo, from CT7BNL.
Yeah, thanks, Lee. Yeah, they call it Sugar Bravo 7 Sugar. 1 letter suffix, only Sierra. You're also 5 and 9. The name is George. Golf Echo Oscar, Romeo Golf Echo George. Located on the southeast coast of Sweden. CT7 Bravo November Lima. Sugar Bravo 7 Sugar.
Okay, good morning to there, George. And yeah, we got that correct now. Your name's coming up on the login software there. And thanks for giving me a call. I'm in Central Portugal. And running 1 kilowatt into a hex beam. As I say, you're 5 and 7, peaking 9 now there, George, from CT7BNL.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, running ICOM 7610 here. Power is about 700 watts at the moment. Little brother of your amplifier, I think. I have the 1 KFA. And antenna is a 9 element 5 band opti-beam. Will be 9-5 with 2 active elements on 7C. 7-free. Thank you very much for the QSO, and my apologies, I've been doing some changes on the audio here during the QSO, so I will go into the live stream and listen to the different audio levels of my voice, Lee. Thank you very much, have a good Sunday. Enjoy the net. CT7 Bravo November Lima, Sugar Bravo 7 Sugar, bye-bye.
Yeah, it's Andrews there, George, and yeah, if you're interested, it is streaming on YouTube at the moment. Maybe, like I said, it gets a bit complicated, but there should be a recording there as well, so you can have a listen to your signal, see your signal report, and listen to the audio. All the best to you there, George. Thanks for calling in. SB7S, CT7BNL, 73s.
Yeah, 73s, Lee. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Golf 0, Hotel Whiskey Kilo, Lee.
Hotel India.
Golf 0 station, go ahead.
Yes, okay. Golf 0, Hotel Whiskey Kilowatt. Very good afternoon to you. Oh, I should say good morning, really, shouldn't I, looking at the time? My name is Mike. We did work back in December last year. QTH is Dunstable, over.
Yeah, QSL there, Mike, and yeah, cracking signal. You're plus 10 at the moment. And yeah, I do remember, and good audio as well. I'm trying to remember if you got the same radio as me. I might be getting things confused. Running the FTDX101MP here. I think you had the similar radio. I could be getting you confused with somebody. But yeah, good signal, good strong signal at the moment there, Mike. From CT7BNL.
Yes, okay. No, we're on the 7300 here with an Adonis 508 bench mic and hex beam up at about 25 feet.
You're plus 20, absolutely brilliant signal, but there again, you're running a bit more power than I am. I'm just on 100 watts at the moment.
Okay then, Mike. Yeah, no, well, I knew we had something similar because I'm running the hex beam as well, but your 100 watts just pushed you to plus 10 on the meter. And as I said to other guys, if you want to listen to your audio, it's on the YouTube channel. It should be streaming and recording at the same time, but who really knows? Until I look later, anyway. But yeah, that radio sounded good, and 7300s always do, don't they? Out of the box, that's a cracking radio. It really, really is. You don't really have to mess with anything and just plug a sensible mic into them, and they always sound absolutely fantastic. Brilliant little radio, that. And I always like the ICOM menu system. I think they've taken it across to their new radio. Is that the 7150? I can't remember what it's called now, with a detachable front end. And I watched a YouTube video on that, and I thought they've kept that same menu system. And I think it's one of those that you don't really need to get the manual out. It just seems to make sense. This radio here, I've struggled with it, and I got one of those, I think it's one of those Radio Today books or something like that would guide you through, and without that I think I really would have struggled. So but no, the ICOMs seem to have a real sensible menu in them there, Mike. From CT7BNL.
G0HWK, I'm just bringing up that YouTube channel now and just see whether I can get the audio out of it. Hang on a minute, let me turn that off a minute. Right, there you go. But yeah, they seem to work very well. I don't like using a hand microphone. I always used to use one of those Heatherlight boom mics that you had in the car and various places. But with changing radios over the years, for some reason, the microphone on that will not work with this radio. It wouldn't work with my previous ICOM either, which was the 718. So you know, a little bit odd, really. But I quite like to sit back in the nice easy chair here and just witter away to my heart's content. Back to you.
Yeah, curious there, Mike. Well, I'm similar. I'm using a Heil PR781 boom mic, and just got a little PTT button here, and that's the way I kind of like to operate. No, I don't like using a hand mic either. I never have done. I don't know why. It's just down to preference, I suppose. I swapped this PR781 for a PR40, and I so wish I hadn't done. I think it was back when I had an ICOM radio, and Bob Heil kind of said that this was kind of made, I think I'm correct in saying, for ICOM radios. So I thought, well, I'll try to match them up and see where that goes, but I wish I'd kept the PR40. I think it's a little bit more of a flat response to the voice, but there you go. Anyway, I mean, I've had reasonable reports off of this mic, so I won't be changing it over again anyway. But yeah, you're sounding good, and you know, you're nearly peaking plus 20, just slightly under, so your 100 watts is doing you good, and it must be that hex beam, isn't it? Hex beam to hex beam, you see, that's what's working there, Mike. From CT7BNL.
Okay there, G0HWK, returning. Let me just turn that off again, like that. Yeah, I'm just watching the meter on your radio and everything like that, and I've not actually heard my audio coming back as yet, but I think you said it's recording somehow, so we'll have to see. I've never been able to get the 7300 hooked up properly to my computer. I can record incoming audio, but I just can't play anything back in again to the radio. So I've no idea. When I turn the radio on, the computer says the USB thing, whatever you plugged in, doesn't work. And I did follow the ICOM setup and everything like that, but it never seems to recognize it anyway, you know. Okay, I won't hold it. I'll let you carry on. And hopefully we'll hook up again. But I thought, well, I'll make comment on your signal. I do have an ACOM 1000 here, but it's not even switched on at the moment. There, Lee, over.
Yeah, all noted there, Mike. Well, you're a good, strong signal anyway. And the only thing I can say about when you're messing around with the audio in and out of the radio is just to go into your device manager. Just make sure the PC's happy with everything, because obviously if the PC isn't happy, it's not going to work. So I always look into the device manager, make sure it's loaded all the drivers in and it's happy with them. And then normally, I think that when I have messed around with FT8, it's not the mode for me, but when I have kind of played with it, I have to go in and tell the radio the input's now coming from the rear USB. If I don't do that, it kind of looks for it on the mic input all the time. And in fact, I don't know if your ICOM's got it, but on this Yaesu, when you select modes, you've got USB, and then you've got USB data. And if I switch it to USB data, it kind of sets itself up to be connected to a PC. So I don't know if you've got something like that on the ICOM. I can't remember. But maybe that's something to look into. So, there, Mike, thanks for calling in. You have a good Sunday. And by all means, if you hear me on here, call in. I'm here most Sunday mornings to listen to the guys back in the southwest of England where my old home QTH used to be. They have a net on 80 meters, 3663. When they finish, they QSY up to here. So then I can have a natter with them. So I'm normally around here kind of 10:30, 11:15, something like that. So please call in again. All the best to you there, Mike, from CT7BNL.
Yes, okay there, Lee. Well, it wouldn't be for FT8. Can't stand that mode. But no, I like to witter. But sometimes somebody says, "Oh, what do I sound like?" Now I've just recorded you. And I can play it back, but it comes out through a speaker on the monitor, so it doesn't sound the good quality that I'm hearing as far as that goes. So it degrades things a little bit doing it that way. So yeah, I've been in and out all the device managers and everything like that. It never seems to be worried about anything, and then it still says you can't recognise it, so I don't know. Anyway, not to worry. It's not important as far as operating data or whatever. All the best. Nice to hear you again. CT7BNL G0HWK clear in QSY.
Yeah, so this is Mike. All the best to you. This is CT7BNL listening for another call. Okay, nothing heard at this end, and that's a good time for me to go QRT as well. So thanks to anybody that's called in, to everybody that's called in, and any shortwave listeners as well. And I'll say 73s, and hopefully listen out again next Sunday. All the best to you from CT7BNL.